Well, hello, friends. Welcome to our very special announcement live stream. So happy that you're joining us, whether you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or all over this nation. Thanks for being with us. I'd like to first introduce my guest, my partner in crime. Her name is Stacey Chomiak, and she is an illustrator who has been working in animation and graphic design for years, and she has built up a huge body of work. Her first illustrated memoir, Still Stace, My Gay Christian Coming of Age Story, was published in 2021. Most recently, she illustrated Rainbow Boy and the Pride Parade, which published May 2025 by Beaming Books. Stacey loves to dance with her two kids, cycle by the river, and paint anything that inspires her. Please welcome my friend Stacey. Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, how are you? I'm so happy to be here. I see people shouting out where they're from, so that's super exciting.
So glad. Yeah, please let us know where you're joining us from. If you don't know me, my name is John Pavlovitz. I'm an author, storyteller from Wake Forest, North Carolina. I have been a pastor for a couple decades, and now I'm in this online world, and really just excited to have you with us tonight. What I'm going to do is we're going to share a little video just to really tell you why we're here. And then as we unpack that, we're going to open the floor for questions, share a little bit about our thoughts. And so I'm going to pull something up for you here, friends, and enjoy this. Hi, friends. Well, I've been waiting a long time to share this news with you, so I'm just going to jump right in. I am working on my very first children's book. It's called Here and Now and Small and Close, and I'm creating it alongside the ridiculously talented illustrator, Stacey Chomiak.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be teaming up with John on this project and to bring his words to life with artwork that we hope kids and adults will connect with deeply.
This book is all about helping children and adults to realize that they have the power to change the world. Not sometime in the future, not when they're older, but right here, right now with what they already have. The heart of the book is, I am always someone, I am always somewhere, and I can always do something.
And with so much fear, division, and cruelty around us, we think it's time for a movement that champions compassion. That's what Here and Now and Small and Close is all about.
To make this happen, we've launched a Kickstarter campaign, and we need your help.
There are all kinds of awesome rewards. Signed books, exclusive art, classroom kits, and yes, even a chance to be drawn into the book.
So please visit the campaign, share it with your people, and help us bring a little more beauty and kindness into the world. Thanks for dreaming along with us.
We can't wait for you to see it.
Yeah.
And there it is, friends. So we are launching a book called Here and Now and Small and Close. And the idea behind the book was really came from looking around and realizing how exhausted everyone is, how tired we are from the cruelty, from the hatred, from the division. And so many people reach out to me, Stacey, and the work I do, and they've been saying, what can I do? How can I make a difference in this world that seems so fraught with problems? And what I repeat to adults all the time is it's in the small and close places of our lives that we have two things. We have proximity to pain and agency to do something about that. And so I wanted to create something that spoke to that for children really of all ages. And so that's what began this. And I reached out to you, and tell me a little bit about, how you responded to that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've followed your work for a while myself. And so, I've worked in children's animation for like 13 years. And then I made the pivot just this last year to do books full time, books and speaking and illustrating. So the books that I've done so far focus on the queer community because that's who I'm from, and I have a huge passion for having marginalized communities in kids' books. I'm really have passionate about that, and stories that tell tell a message that we need to hear, you know, in this day and age, especially. So when I saw on your Instagram you were looking for an illustrator, I was like, oh, I'm gonna just message him right away and see we can connect, and we did. So I'm just really excited to partner with you in something like this that I really believe in as well. And you know, being Canadian as well, I mean, I think it's great that we kind of cover both sides of that North American coin. And
Yes.
I just think that's really important that, you know, wherever we are in this world, we can make a difference, and even in the small ways. And sometimes the smallest ways are actually the biggest impact in our immediate life. So I'm really excited to, you know, create the visuals for this.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And friends, part of this, you know, we've launched the Kickstarter campaign. It's live right now. So not while you're watching us, but right after, you can click on the QR code and you can go to the Kickstarter and explore. Tells a little bit about, you know, why we're putting this book together, but we've got some great rewards for you for partnering with us. You can do everything from just a $5 pledge and get a digital copy of the book, or you can pledge and get a hardcover signed copy of the book and maybe some exclusive art. And then there's tiers that go up where we're going to do something really cool. And Stacey, I love this. It's the idea of sponsoring a library or a classroom, and then getting a bunch of books, sending it to them, sponsoring that, and then you and I will do like a virtual event where you do maybe a draw along, or I'll do a reading, and really cool stuff like that. And then one of the other tiers I love is the sort of cameo level where you can actually get a loved one placed into the book. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Oh, let me grab my my latest Rainbow Boy and the Pride Parade. This kind of idea, I think, that we came up with. I was drawing this book, and I don't know if you've ever drawn parades before, but there's lots of people in parades. So I thought, I'm going to draw my friends. I'm going to draw people I know. And I actually drew my kids. As you can see right there, they're dancing in the street.
Excellent.
In their pride gear. So I thought, we thought this would be a great thing if people want to pledge, and I can take your photo. I do not use AI as an artist at all. I take people's real photos and I create what they would look like in the version of the story that we'll be designing. So that's a really cool thing to actually get into the book as like a background character, or in some kind of way. I think that's kind of instead of just like a shout out at the end, you could actually be a character in it. So that'd be pretty exciting.
That is super cool. And then some of the other tiers, you can actually be an executive producer for us and have your name on the cover of the book. There's going to be an acknowledgments page just for people who contribute to the Kickstarter. And the other thing about Kickstarter that's going to be really great is we're going to take you through the process of this book from right now up until when we're actually looking at a pub date for May, or late April, early May of next year. And so between now and then, you're going to be invited into how we're going to put this together, and Stacey's sketches, and just that collaborative process. And then you're going to be able to just be part of this community that we're going to build as we launch the book. Because once we launch the book, then the real beautiful stuff starts to happen, where we're going to need you to be our street team and to really push this book throughout the country and the world. I think it's really necessary right now. I'm going to just pop down into see what we've got here.
There's some great comments.
Susan says, so needed by children and the rest of us. Susan, most definitely. I think it's so easy to get overwhelmed, and we're not immune to it. And that's why I really hope this will be an all ages children's book. It'll be something that we read together as families and communities, and we really try to encourage one another. So yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love the idea that's for all ages too.
Carolyn says, happy to be part of your street team. Thank you, Carolyn. And really, that's where that part of that street team, you can start tonight. And by sharing the Kickstarter page, we're also going to the video is going to be live on YouTube, and I'll share that publicly after we're done. And then tomorrow morning, you're going to see Instagram reels and social media graphics, and you'll get tired of seeing us, but we hope that you'll partner with us, because as you know, I mean, there's just such a, I always say cruelty is trending right now. And so we need something that where Stacey, where compassion is the lead. And I think that's something that both of our works have in common, is that desire to live with empathy.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree, and I think this is the time for something like that, with the message that that's important for everybody. I think we can all connect on our humanity, and I'm just, yeah, I'm really excited to get a story that's worthwhile and hopefully will connect us, in the ways that we need these days.
Yes, indeed. And I've got just some really kind well wishes from all over, from Michigan, from Florida, from Perrysburg, Ohio, from East Tennessee, from Huntington, West Virginia. Hey, so glad that you're joining us tonight, friends. And let me
That's
see if we
amazing.
got.
I love to see the Canadians in the audience. It's I love to see
Yes,
that.
and
Fellow Canadians.
yeah, and then when Stacey and I first started talking about this, the first thing I said was, "Do you have room available in your home? Because I may need it."
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so so jealous
Yes.
of her, but we're partnering with an eye on roommates.
Yeah.
Let's see. I see it. Teresa says, "Hello from Northern Michigan. Old gal with Canadian blood running through my veins too. Love all the help we can get for our kiddos to navigate through this insanity. Our mini change makers who will leave the legacy.
Mm,
We leave the legacy too. They really can use all the help we can give."
yeah.
Yeah, Teresa, that's really it too. It's about, the legacy that we leave, and about, really, again, it's about what we can do in the small and close of our lives, which is the whole point of what we're doing here. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. That's
let's
exciting.
see.
I just love seeing all the locations. It's so
And
fun.
then Tom says, "Great stuff." And as an old straight white guy, I'm appalled at what is happening. Tom, as an old straight white guy, I concur. And but really, all of us. I mean, I think anyone who's self-aware and who's paying attention to the world really
Mhm.
feels deeply. And really, that's the story here. Most of you who know my writing know that I have to deal with a lot of heavy stuff and a lot of confrontational things, and that's important. But the other side of this is the caregiving and the relationship building. And so that's really something I want to lean into during this next season. I think it's going to be good for so many of my readers too, Stacey.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely get my share of pushback being a queer creator, and I have a faith background, and so I get a lot of the both sides of that. Those communities not super happy, but there's also a lot of beauty in that crossover, and I think that's where we connect with each other, is in stories, and we see
Yeah.
each other in the stories. So I'm really excited for all of this.
Yes, and friends, just so this is Stacey and my first partnership, and we're hoping that things go really well, that the project gets funded, that we start to send this book all over the world, and then we can keep going and
Yeah,
create other books that really affirm diversity and equity and justice and love, and just want to inundate the world with kindness and beauty. And so
yeah, that would be
that's our
my
mission.
dream.
That's
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
that's where you all can help us. And I know I always say that there's so many like-hearted people here, and we
mm,
just have to find a way to connect. Gail says, "Will definitely be a supporter." John, thank you, Gail. So appreciate that.
amazing.
And
Thanks, Gail.
let's see. Let me get up here. Okay.
Oh, someone did hop on late. If they wanted to, Polly there, please mention what the topic is again. Hopped on late if you
Okay.
want.
So yeah, if you got here late, Stacey and I are launching a book project called Here and Now and Small and Close. And the heart of the book is that we always have two things: proximity to pain and agency to do something about it. And the way that gets expressed in the book is the idea that I am always someone, I am always somewhere, and I can always do something. And it's so elemental. But when we focus on that, even as adults, I think it's a lot easier to navigate what feels like overwhelming stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah, for those of you who came in late, we're inviting you to support this book on our newly launched Kickstarter campaign, and really share the videos on social media and the graphics, and just talk to your people. I was just sending out some emails before we went live and just said, "Hey, if you know anyone who just wants to be part of doing something good in the world, well, here's a perfect way." And like I said, you can just give $5. You can give a contribution and without wanting a reward, but the rewards are great and we want you to have them. So you
yeah,
can get signed prints, and you can get hardcover copies of the book. You can get your kids right into the book, or you can actually at the highest level, we're going to look at doing an in-person event at wherever you live, provided we can get there. So that is something really exciting for us. And Denise says, we feel hopeless, like we don't have a voice. Yeah, Denise, I'd like to tell you that you were alone in that, that there weren't a lot of people feeling that way. But the good news is there is a huge number of people who are feeling exactly that. And so if all of us don't feel like we have a voice, that's a lie, right? The lie is that we don't have a voice. We don't have collective power. We do. And so this is part of just helping people, giving them something, a place to rally around, a hub for good people. I see a comment came in here from Anita. John, you give me the courage to stand on my soapbox protesting the insanity we're living with today. I'm getting too old for this. Been fighting for justice since the late 60s. Keep doing what you're doing. Anita, thank you. And hey, however old we are, we shouldn't be dealing with all of this. So whether we're looking at someone who's 70 or 60 and saying, gosh, I'm too old for this, but then you've got young people who really should not be growing up in the environment that they're growing up. And I think the book too is going to give a sense of safety and kind of steady people, young people, to help them understand that, yeah, there's this big and scary stuff, but we can be, one of the things we say is you don't have to save the whole world, just the small portion of it you happen to be standing on.
Yeah.
So that's what we're,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I think everybody's somewhere. So you can do something somewhere. So I love that idea. I'm really looking forward to drawing it, designing it and drawing it.
Yes. And Susan says, so wonderful to have something positive to look forward to and the possibility of being part of good. Way more rewarding than just contributing endless to so many causes. Well, Susan, there are a lot of really important groups and organizations who need support. And that's always going to be a challenge right now, is that how do we spread what we have when there are so many people in need? And I know what we're doing here is, as I think it's a really important service, and it's not something that you usually think of as activism, but for me it really is, and it's relational activism. It's really connecting with people and saying, okay, I'm gonna see your humanity, and I'm going to show you how we can see the humanity around us and then make a difference in that.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely. Yeah, I totally think all my books are activism on the page. I agree.
Yeah. Gail says, Syracuse, New York, where I was born. So 72 years old, Gail. Thanks for holding down the fort there in snow country. And then Crystal says, this is so exciting. Crystal. Congratulations. It is exciting, Crystal. And, what I love is, Stacey and I, we met, maybe a couple of months ago. And the minute we started talking, I was like, okay, this is a kindred. This is someone that I want to just hang out with. And that was important, like I loved your artwork, but it was like about the personal connection and saying, okay, this is someone that I could really be in the trenches of life with. And so it's so cool to be doing this.
Oh yeah, I agree. I don't partner easily with people. So I don't take on projects unless I really believe in them, because I have to draw from my heart and my soul. And if I can't feel and believe what I'm reading, then it doesn't come. So I felt really, really early on that we're on the same page and we want to do the same thing. And so I'm so excited to see what comes from this. And I hope all of you are too.
Yes. Well, friends, we're not going to belabor the point here. We wanted to make sure that you were the first people to get the news. And again, it's going to start going out on social media, maybe tonight, but certainly tomorrow morning, and you'll be getting emails. And we just ask that you take a look at the Kickstarter, explore a little bit, watch the videos, and then really talk to people who and say, hey, if you're frustrated and you want to do something beautiful, here's a great way to partner in this community. And then Stacey and I will start doing the work to get you informed on what's happening as we go. Stacey's incredibly busy, so she finished a book today. And she starts a book today, and she's here talking about a book that she's starting today. So it's going to be a couple, a little bit before we get to sharing the Here Now Small and Close stuff. but it's really exciting. We'll start sharing some sneak peeks at the artwork and
Yes,
just great
and
stuff.
we should drive home the fact that we do have to get the Kickstarter funded in order to make this book.
Great.
So
Yeah, the way
go ahead, John.
the way Kickstarter works is it's all or nothing. So you either make your goal and then the project gets funded, or all the contributions go back, the pledges go back to the people, nothing gets charged, and we just cry and lament the fact that we've failed.
Yeah, I pack up my little sketchbooks and just cry in the corner. We don't want that.
And I go to Portugal. So listen, we're making a stand here in North America, friends. Really, thank you for being here. And I am going to see, let me just navigate over here. And what I'll do is I'm going to just pull up that video one more time. I think I'm going to. Let me see. You know what? It's too late for me to do that because I think I've pulled it away. So, friends, it's here now and small and close. The QR code is on the screen, and then you'll find it on our socials. So thanks so much for supporting us, and we will see you all very soon.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.